It says it is. I started at 10 a.m. as I said, but after 17 minutes of no one appearing, and I just checked on my computer, there was no evidence of live chat. I don't know. I won't do another live stream if I'm going to have to do this again. Yeah. What a debacle. Excuse me, I'll get my assistant. Hey, lad, can you see if it's live now? I've clicked that it's live. I thought I did that last time. There is, okay. Okay, my sincerest apologies, people. I started this live stream at 10 a.m. I started talking. What a nightmare technology can be. I started talking, and after 17 minutes, I thought there's not two people. Thank you. Right, nightmare happening here. I did start on time, roughly 10 a.m. and I'm prattling on and watching, and there's no persons appeared. Gary, if you're watching this, I saw your message. I couldn't reply. I must have had this. Oh, thank goodness there's some people there. G'day, everyone. Yeah, what a nightmare of an attempt. This is why I don't like live streams. One of the reasons. Yeah, so I'm prattling on for 17 minutes. So that surely someone's picked up the fact that it's now live. And I thought, no, all I can do, I went and checked my computer, nothing. So I must have had it on unlisted. It's crazy. You wonder why YouTubing can be hard. Okay, I'll try and go over everything I did. It's, I don't know what time it is and how. G'day, Craig. Complete failure on the first attempt. I was here for 17 minutes waiting for someone to turn up and nobody did. All right, so I'll try and recap some of what I've said. Oh, it's hard. It can be a hard life, can't it? Okay, now I have some real people watching. I was saying for an introduction to that, and now probably people that turned up at 10 a.m. went, well, it's not doing a live stream after all. It is what it is. The same for people that have not experienced a live stream before. No, Craig, I wasn't. You may be watching from your TV like I do, in which case you won't see the comments that thankfully are now appearing, because none were for the better part of 20 minutes. So yeah, you'll see comments if you hear me break and look like I'm reading. I am reading, because you won't see that on the TV. So if you were on your phone or laptop or computer, and you'll see the chat messages will scroll up when people make comments. That's all. So what else to say? Well, it was a bit colder when I started 20 minutes ago, but I'm wearing this new jumper that I received for my birthday last Saturday. It's Saturday here, Saturday morning, and it's difficult to pick a time that suits everyone around the world, because while some subscribers, by the way, subscribe if you haven't, and click the little bell so you'll know that when my next video comes up. It's night time in their part of the world, whereas it's morning here, Saturday morning, with now a pretty cold coffee of the mug. I hope that's the right way around. That's my left ear. I always know because I have an earring in it. Yeah. Hopefully it's not too horrible, the wind noise. Can you see the trees blowing behind me there? It's pretty windy. Maybe next time, if there is another next time after going on for so long and nothing happening, maybe next time I'll try and use the little included earphone thing that came with this Samsung Galaxy A51, which is my new phone. It's about 6 months old now. I did a video on that. So to try and recap, I don't know what's happening to the video I just filmed. It's in cyberspace somewhere. I'll be deleting that one anyway. Right, so now we have 6 people watching. Yeah, so if you are watching on a TV, Gary, you won't see the comments that pop up. So far there's only been Craig who's commented. And also g'day to anyone that's... there you are. Oh, mate, yeah. I don't know if you caught the bit I just said. I was on time. I got your text. I couldn't reply because it said I was live, but I must have had it set to unlisted. So after nearly 20 minutes, I thought, I better check. Surely somebody's grabbed onto the fact it's live. So maybe I've lost people that tuned in around 10 and thought, oh, well, he must not be doing it. I am doing it. And this is now take 2, which is why I hate live streaming, because I can't just film it and edit it. All right. Yep. So just to recap, well, this would be a first one for people who have just joined me. I thought I'll just title this about Q&A, questions and answers for videos I've done, say, in the last month. But it's not a hard and fast rule. If you've got something else you'd like to talk about, let me know. I have my trusty little notepad here this time, because last time I ended up being inundated with questions and I was losing. See, well, one person's already dropped out. Yeah, I can't make this any more interesting. I can't condense it down while it's live. So it's basically, that's what a live stream is if you haven't experienced one before. I'm actually getting quite warm now, which is good, sitting out in the sun here. If I tap my face, I don't know if it'll help with focus or anything. Oh, a bird flew past. So, right, calm down, Steve. You are now live. The quality may not be very good. But yeah, please just check out my normal videos. You'll find they're a little bit sharper. All right, so anyone have any questions or anything they want to discuss? It can be about videos within the last month that I've made. What I said in take 1, which you'll never see now because it's gone out to cyberspace, is that, yeah, normally I like to make a cluster of the same topic, and the channel is, I should have called it Licorice All Sorts, really, from the beginning, because you never know what you're going to get, as Forrest Gump said. How do I do the 2 Steves? All right, Gary. By the way, I'm in Studio A, Gary. So you and Craig have both been to Studio A, and you know that the person you're seeing now is the person that sits there. Hey, Puppy Breath, thank goodness you're here. Hey, how are you there? Thanks for, I got your email. I didn't have time to reply yet about possible lurking, so I hope it's a quiet shift you're having there. And this is now attempt number 2, believe it or not, because as I was just saying to the other guys, that the first 17 minutes it was live and nobody was watching. It is like a box of chocolates, Craig. Are you watching on your computer, Gary, or your TV? Maybe since you wrote comments, I guess you can't write them on the TV. The 2 Steves video, all right, and it is an older one. I've been meaning to do another one. The cloning, that was my very first attempt of cloning. I thought, how is it done? And being me, I like to challenge myself. You know, I have pretty challenging behaviours as it is. Computer, all right, cheers. Yeah, so, all right, I did a lot of research how it's done. I used Sony Vegas Pro, which is what I edit on. I was going to ask you, Gary, what you edit on. I know Craig uses iMovie, and actually very good results. Craig has another video coming up real soon. Right, Craig? He does. 3 Steves. I'll get onto that, Craig. I was going to actually do one with 4 Steves. That was in the back of my head, and I was thinking it through as a future video. I haven't done it yet, but I might. Especially now I'm thinking of buying a green screen. It's not going to be easy, but getting back to the original one. So, okay, here's the basics. This is how you do it. Now, I've been in and out of the film industry for 35 years. So I can pick flaws in movies and TV shows quite easily. I didn't want to do more Steves. The more Steves, the better. There's some people in real life that would probably disagree with that. Anyway, yeah, I didn't want to make it simple where it's the simplest way you can do a cloning video is you have a white background, chop it down the middle somewhere, you film it, well, you film twice in that case, and then without being too technical, you kind of overlap that. So you see this person here, this person here. Even though I'd never done it before, I didn't want it to be like too simple and obvious. So if you look at that video, I think that was part of the 400 subscriber special. I'll have to remember, I think. Anyway, yeah, Bob, there you go. Yeah, so I didn't want to make it simple. I wanted to challenge myself, especially since I've never done it before, which is why you saw that cloned video. And I did a short version of it 6 months ago or something. The long version is a couple of years ago. So I sat on the lounge, or one of the lounges, and the one with all the little stuffed animals that used to be mums. And there's a wooden table in front of me. And here's a bit of movie magic, as I call it. So there is a line, you can't see it, and I spent all day making sure you couldn't see it. I didn't go a straight line, I actually went curvy around the animals, way over here. Yeah, and as you see with a bit of movie magic, you even see me put the cup across in front of the other Steve. And yeah, go and watch that video if you haven't. I'll add the link to it later. But yeah, and then you see Steve walking across. Inside information of movie magic, that was Letty, my other half, that walked across wearing a pair of blue jeans. And then I'm like here, I think, and the other Steve walked into shot, threw across this little toy, which I caught. That was actually Letty throwing that toy to me. That's a bit of background info of how movie magic works. Yeah. So the one I thought I'd make, which it's just getting your head around how I would film it more than edit it. I was going to have 4 of me in one of my cars, and two of me in the back seat and 2 of me in the front, and kind of bickering between backwards and forwards. Yeah, I'm just not sure. Yeah, you've got to really think these things through. It's like the what I ended up recalling Tour of Actor's House, because Tour of Steve Mack's house not going to get much attention, and that's the one I did the Benny Hill theme, and boy did that take some mapping out. I actually, for most videos, I don't even use notes, just go off the top of my head. Occasionally I might put a keynote there, you know, just to remind me to mention this. But that one, I actually drew a map of how I could go around the entire house, including the roof, through the garage and everything, without doubling my track. And that wasn't easy to do. And also a bit of a drone shot where it flew up, looked down the house, came, landed again, and off I went again. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that one, but I tell you what, I sure worked out that day. For someone that's a big fat guy, boy, did I do some exercise, climbing up and down the ladder and things like that. Yeah, I was saying in version 1 of this live stream that didn't work, I shared the little YouTube Shorts vertical video, which was actually Gary's idea. And it was a good idea, Gary, because I like to, I like to keep a cluster of topics. Now I had the most recent ones. I had the opening of the Mogul Village Shopping Centre, which is about 2 minutes literally from where I am. I'm not in Mogul, but I'm in the next suburb. And so I had that, and then I put up the actual little vlog of going into the Coles for the first time. Interesting story about that too. I went there on Tuesday after I went and saw the chiropractor at Indrapilli. Thought, oh, I'll go there. Yeah. And already something had broken. The escalator, or travelator as they call it. G'day, Doomsday, how you going? Your favourite food? I'll make a note. Favourite food. Well, I'll just say it now. No, I'll keep it in. Otherwise I go off on a tangent like I do in real life. I went there and already the escalator that you saw me go down on the vlog was broken one side. It wasn't working. It said use the lift. I didn't know there was a lift. I now know there is a lift. In fact, I thought I'd get stuck in the lift because I went in, the door's closed, pressed the button, there's only one floor. Yes, I got all the copyright issues sorted, mate. Thanks for joining me on take 2. The first one didn't work. So I went downstairs through the lift, but I was stuck in the lift for a couple of minutes. I'm thinking, don't tell me the lift's broken down, because I needed the toilet for one thing. Yeah, so I think they rushed that a bit too quickly, trying to make the deadline of opening on the 12th of June, which is last Saturday, which was my birthday. So I'm now much older than when you last saw me live stream. Yeah. Yeah, I was stuck in the lift, and then luckily I pressed the button puppy there, and then it went down. Yeah, so they rush things, and not all the shops are finished. It's just a lot of pressure for people. So my point is, yeah, my third plan video was to have Barnaby the sheep, which you saw in my last vlog, who was at the entrance of Coles. He's no longer there. He's back in pasture, which is another minute that way on the main road. And I thought, well, that'll be an interesting follow-through, grouping it all together. Those videos probably were more based on local people. It's good to have a diverse audience. And, well, look at me, I'm a pretty diverse guy. There's one word for it. I can't say any other words because they're a bit, probably censored. Unfortunately, though, yes, I do have photos of Barnaby, which originally started off as Lambert. And then the idea was, well, I'd kind of thought of it, and then it was suggested, well, maybe talk to the lady that's the caretaker. Perverse, bit of both, puppy breath. Bit of both. Yeah. And then, of course, it bugs me when I have these thoughts because, oh, no, so much more effort. Long and the short is I have contacted the lady, observing her own privacy. Local people would probably be aware through the community Facebook that she hasn't been too well. She's okay at the moment, but she has a lot of doctor's appointments. So I spoke to her on the phone, and yeah, we couldn't really clear a time with her until midweek, this coming week. So I'll go and film a bit of an interview, etc., and then hopefully have that video up. Hello, how you going, love? Nice to see you. Yeah, hopefully have that video, the history of Barnaby. No, you spelled it correctly. Moggle. Yeah, there were floods in 2011 that cut us off. Yeah. And there's a playlist as well, flood playlist, probably in the description below. Yeah, so you'll hopefully see that video by the end of next week, which is why I thought I may as well do a live stream, put some content out. I have a video I've already pre-made. I haven't seen him yet, but Johnny is lurking around somewhere, or soon. And yeah, Johnny's aware of that video. But it's a totally different topic, and I thought, well, I'll just postpone that one and keep the cluster together. It's very windy down here. Aussie Dream, Filipina expat. Lovely woman, makes terrific cooking videos. And every time I see them, I just happen to, normally I'll see them in the daytime or pop up, and typically I still haven't eaten for the day. So I said, oh no, I'd love that. Check out her channel, she's brilliant. Very windy, can you see the things behind me there? Probably not. Very windy, and it was cold, and I've got this jumper on that I got for my birthday, but it's actually quite warm. But yeah, it's been freezing, especially at night. Having said that, now I'm sitting in, well, I was sitting in the sun, and now it's not the best place to, maybe I should reposition myself in a minute. Yeah, so cold. Yeah, you asked favourite foods. I get that a lot. It used to automatically be crumbed veal steak. Now I bet it would be freezing up your way, Toowoomba way. Oh, up in the mountain. Bad enough here, like I'm sort of on the top of a mountain, but not as tall as Toowoomba. The Darling Downs way. Oh. Yeah, it used to be by default crumb veal steak. But now I'll just say, I guess my favourite food, there are many. For example, I had pizza last night for a bit of a treat. It was pretty good. And actually was going to try the new pizza place. Oh, it's a lovely and sunny day, Craig. It's virtually no cloud, but just cold and windy. Yeah, so I was going to try the new pizza shop, see how they went, and rang at about 7:15. They weren't taking any more orders because they said there was a 2-hour waiting list, so obviously everyone wanted to try the new shop. I don't think it was the best idea. Certainly, if it was my shop, I would be open till at least 10 o'clock, especially on a Friday night as it was. Anyway, so what happened? Probably a lot of people did this. Went back to Pizza Hut down the road. And luckily their pizzas have improved a lot. They were real crap for a while. But new management, whatever. Yeah. My favourite food, I'll say, is a well-cooked steak, before I leave that topic. Yeah, Hawaiian pizza. I think I've mentioned this somewhere before. I've been to Hawaii, and here's the funny thing. We hired a convertible Mustang car. I love that car. It's probably a fairly old car now, but it was a brand new one at the time. So drove around the island, of course, of Oahu. Came to the other side and found a pizza place. Well, okay, well, we have to have a pizza. Well, I'm not that huge a fan of donuts and lamingtons, Gary, but I did finish, well, me, finished the rest of the ones he brought over. You didn't have to bring anything, but absolutely appreciate that you did. Don't expect me to bring anything except myself when I call and see you. Might give you a call next week and drop in. Yep, I like Mexican too. But so we're on the other side of Hawaii, pizza shop. Oh, let's try the pizza. Went in and she said, yes, can I help you, sir? I said, well, I think in Hawaii we'll have to definitely try a Hawaiian. She goes, you mean a ham and pineapple? I went, yeah. So in Hawaii, they don't call them Hawaiian pizzas. Well, this place didn't anyway. Typical, isn't it? Apparently in Rome, it's very hard to find, you too, buddy. I had a fantastic day with you the other day, really did. In Rome, apparently, it's quite hard to find pizza shops because they get a bit insulted. You go into their fancy restaurants and you ask for a pizza. So I've been told by people that have been there. So, yeah, it's funny. Have a sip of mine now, definitely cold coffee, given this is version 2 of the live stream. The first one still out to cyberspace somewhere. It'll probably take this video longer for YouTube to process, where you can watch back on the replay and see the chat thing. That takes up to 24 hours sometimes. Anyway, it is what it is. All right, have a drink. Yes, I agree with that. To a point, your tastes do change. Well, your tastes in many things. Can't say my taste in women have changed. Yeah, that may be true, but it's hard to eat, Bob. I was going to say hard to stomach for some people, but yeah, that's a bit of a joke. But no, that's good. But talking about food, though, yeah, they do change, I guess. Yeah, some things change. I know interests change, definitely. People change, obviously. Yeah. I don't know if I said it in version 2, but I had a few comments when I shared the shorts thing to Facebook. I'm not a huge fan of Facebook for several reasons, but I shared it there just to let people know there'd be a live stream. Probably some of those people turned up at 10 a.m, which is when it was planned and when I started it, and there was nothing for 17 minutes. Because I must have had it set to unlisted or something. YouTube just makes it harder to use this stuff. Yeah, yeah, they do, different dishes in places. Yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, somebody on Facebook goes, is that your real hair? And I went, well, that's a dumb question, hang on. Yeah, yes, it's my real hair. And someone else said, I thought, well, that's a bit of a stupid question. Someone else said, are you wearing lipstick? All right, there's no need to be a prick about it, to be honest. But yeah, I don't notice it really, but yeah, my lips are always red-ish, especially in winter I find. They always have been. I remember people giving me grief about it when I was in primary school. It's just the way we're all a bit different. At least it shows there's blood supply. But yeah, I suppose, yeah. I've had a troll comment once, am I wearing lipstick? And I thought, but no, I don't wear lipstick. It's just me, we're all different. If you don't like it, watch something else. But I'm not going to employ someone that's brilliant looking, like I once was, decades ago. So you're stuck with me. I mean, I just try and present information to you or give you a laugh, whatever. That's all we can do, isn't it? I wonder if I should change angles. Let's go. I've got the phone mounted on my Manfrotto tripod. Bobo's inside because we know what noises he'll make. Let's walk around here, Evan. Oh. Trying to give you a better angle. You are what you are, exactly. Exactly, Craig. Right. That's not much better. Yeah, unfortunately, with my live stream, I don't have any external microphone. I'm trusting the sound's okay. I was a bit worried about the wind, giving that horrendous wind noise. Hey, if you know me in person, you know it's not the first horrendous wind noise you'll see if you're around me. I know it well. So does Teddy the vlogging cat, who hasn't joined me. Big Eyes the cat apparently brought in a mouse during the night and, as usual, lost it. Good old Big Eyes. I think she does it deliberately, lets them go, oh, it used to be a better view, love. Because behind there is Mount Cootha in the Brisbane city. But this rotten jacaranda tree that I've mentioned many times, it's just ruined the view. So we're going to have to get a QCAT order on the people to chop it down because we spoke to them a few years ago. Oh yeah, you'll attend to that, and no intention. Probably cost a fortune to chop down. Yep, so yeah, Teddy didn't join us, but Big Eyes likes to let go the catches that she makes. Remember catch of the day, people in Australia? Like you can buy these cheap things, you've got like so many hours before you can grab this bargain, which they usually weren't, to be honest. All right, Bob, yeah, cheers, mate. Okay, yeah, no worries, buddy. Thanks for joining me, and I'm sorry if you attempted to join version number 1, which, even though it says live on my phone, wasn't public, which is why I went, oh, hey, I better check this out. Yeah, have a great day, mate. It's a good day. I was going to ask where you are, but wherever you are, I assume it's daytime if you're going out and about. Yeah. All right, so Big Eyes lets the catches go, and then I think she re-hunts them. You know, like catch and release fishing. You know, well, I caught it, now let it go and maybe catch it another time. You won't ever catch that same fish another time, but I think Big Eyes likes to do that. Yeah, who can explain a cat mentality? Who can explain my mentality? I mean, most of you have seen some of my videos. Right, okay, well, any other questions about recent videos? It doesn't have to be that recent. Or any other questions? So I've only had one question I had to write down, which I've now addressed. My favourite food, probably, you know, to grab it real quick for the answer, is probably a well-cooked steak. I'm no vegetarian. Ah, g'day, mate. Oh, yeah, no worries. G'day, Alex. I started a YouTube channel. Oh, it's disappeared quick. Yep, check back on my video, a couple of videos, about 6 videos ago, and I go right into that, how I started on YouTube and when I started to take seriously, plus a bit of my history. Yeah, check that one, it'll save me repeating what's on the video, plus you'll get to see it, and it's not, you know, it's actually edited nicely. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, shout out to you too, Alex. I won't go into it, I'll leave it as a surprise, but chatting to Alex, actually through Instagram for a couple of months, and yeah, he had an idea which I'm going to be filming soon. Oh, that's no good that you're sick. All right, well, yeah, go rug up, especially in this cold weather. And yeah, we'll see you soon. And yeah, make sure Leo looks after you. He will. I know he will. Yeah, fish and chips is... No, I don't usually get chips, Craig. It's just a term. Yeah, I'll be getting fish for food today. So now I've digressed. Hate that. Yeah, all right, so Alex has come up with an idea that I'm going to film... all right, hang on, I'll make a note. Order of videos. And I'm going to film that soon. It'll actually, I've worked out, probably take 20 plus hours to film and edit. But anyway, that aside, I did say to Alex, well, ask me this on the live stream. So it was about, you saw, it was actually on that video where I talk about my history, and the introduction is about a recent acting gig I did. It was just a comedy, and it's for a music video. There's a little insert there of one of the other actresses, and yeah, she's really good. I know her quite well in person now too. But here's the thing, I didn't know her before that day. I'm not going to give the plot away, and I'm looking forward to it very much. Yes, it is, Craig. Looking very forward much to Backwards Talking I am, to seeing that video. It's always nice to see the final polished production. And also, yeah, I've spoken to the director, and I think he'll be okay with me sharing the video. Yep, no worries. See you when you get back. You can replay the story anyway, probably. Yeah, it'll be funny. Music video. So here's the story without giving the plot away. The girl that you saw, who's actually not really a brunette, by the way, that was a wig. Michelle, all right, in the story, and if you see a ripped t-shirt in it, I was supposed to wear that. I'm the daggy, which pretty well I didn't have to dress up at all. I'm the daggy crew boss of the road crew, and I'm giving this girl a lot of grief, you know, really picking on her. Anyway, fast forward to the end. We're all friends again, we danced around, and I'm looking forward to seeing this. So we all had to, we're celebrating, opening champagne, pouring drinks over our heads, and right, so by this time, I was able to take off those horrible work boots of mine, because they really crushed my feet. And they will crush you, you understand, Gypsy, they will crush you. And so I'm in my thongs. Yeah, they'll be right, wear the thongs, we're not shooting your feet anymore. So I'm in my thongs, or flip-flops, or jangles, or whichever country you're in. You know what thongs are, don't you? I've shown you before. You've seen me in them a few times. Yeah, so I'm in the thongs, bear that in mind. So now I'm having champagne poured on me, My thongs, my shoes, are now saturated and slippery. Right, so unbeknown to me, you know, the director says, all right, everyone, you know, friends, so, sorry, her name's Tracy, I don't know why I said Michelle. So she comes up to me, gives me a great big hug, like, yeah, and the camera's just here, just there, and so this was unscripted. That's fine, yeah, giving her a hug, and then she gives me a full hug, you know, wraps her legs around me, which, pretty good legs, I must admit. But because of that, I wasn't expecting it, and my thongs were slippery, so I fell on top of her, and I thought, oh, I don't want to let her go and get her hurt, so I held onto her, went over, and so we ended up in camera height like this. And as I said, it was all unplanned. So I'm on top of her, her legs are around me like that. All I could do was just turn the camera and go. And I hope they include that bit. The guy said, I said, definitely don't get rid of the footage, I need that. He said he'll probably make an outtakes one. So that was terrific. It was funny as hell, but she didn't get hurt. But of course I wasn't going to let her go and fall on her head. Okay, I'm just ready. Yeah, so, yeah, so that was funny, and I hope to show you that in some form or another in a future video. It could be, they said it could be 3 or 4 months before the band that the video was made for wants to make it public. I've got a drink coaster somewhere, and one of the DVDs, Crashing Tomorrow was the band, or was that the title? I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, it was fantastic, mate. Absolutely. All right, so just, can you guys hear me okay? Because the wind's picking up. I hope you're not getting any wind noise through the mic, which is just the phone. I'll get to the other thing. Do I decide on an order of videos? Yeah, I kind of do, especially if I'm putting a cluster of videos together. Like, this current cluster was the opening of the shopping centre up the road, which is why I'm going to do the Barnaby the sheep story, which you should see by the end of next week. Prior to that was a small short cluster. Cheers, Craig. Good. Thanks, buddy. A short cluster of YouTube topics that probably were more aimed at people that create YouTube videos. So if I can, I like to stick a cluster of videos together on the same topic, because people might find this topic, then the other previous topic will play, it's still related. And then of course I go off, cheers Gary. Then I go off on a tangent and give you something completely different. Gary just asked about the time my drone crashed. It didn't actually crash. That was my second ever flight with the Mavic Pro. And the first flight I went about 7 kilometres, and that was just up the river, past the Mogul Ferry. Beautiful, still have all the footage. Went about 3.5 kilometres, no problem. Well, it's blowing my notebook everywhere, the wind now. No problem. And I bought that for myself for Christmas, actually, the year before last, I think. So the second flight, I took off from home here. Thought, I didn't have a fully charged battery, I think, which I knew was, you don't do that, always have fully charged, you never know. I just needed some footage of something. I think this is how it went, it was a while ago. And the phone was recording audio at the time too, which is why I was able to put that video together. So I went off towards the Mogul Ferry, and I was kind of testing the range. I thought, all right, I think I got close to it. I thought I'd better come back. So I started to get the low battery warning, as you saw in that video. And all of a sudden the thing goes, landing. I went, no! Watch that video if you guys, obviously Gary's seen it, but if you haven't, there's a couple of swear words in it too as I panicked, because the thing just started to land by itself. I thought, where is it? Turns out it landed just, and all right, try and get this into perspective. As you can see in the video, hopefully, I used something I'd never used before, which is called Find My Drone. And it was part of the DJI phone app. So we jumped in the car. Thanks, Craig. I'll give you a like there. I was going to disconnect, so I couldn't get messages. Jumped in the car, and I thought, well, I had a rough idea on a map where it was, and driving up the street, oh no. And then I thought, it's behind the post office. Luckily, this was then and not now, because now there's a shopping centre behind the post office, and the post office itself, as you've seen on my previous video, is no longer there. So, yeah, it started to descend. All I could do was, I couldn't get any more elevation. All I could do was push forward on the stick, at least try and get it closer to home. And then as it was going down, it was moving forward. Right at the very end when I found it, because as you saw briefly, we went and it was all long grass. From the air, it doesn't look like, it just looks like green lawn. No, when you're there, it was 6 or 7 feet high grass everywhere. I thought if I've lost the drone in there, never going to find it, ever. So I drove around, I thought, oh, hang on. There was a church next door. I thought, I'll go up the street. And it was still showing like I'm here, and here's the drone, I'm getting closer. Under a tree, would you believe it? It couldn't have been planned better. there was a pile of wood chips. Right on top of the wood chips landed the drone. So it didn't even hit anything, it just landed safely. What a relief. Because I just paid over $1,000 for that thing. I thought, great, $1,000 blown, which I couldn't afford to give away. And yeah, I've lost it on the second flight. So always, always, always make sure you have all the batteries fully charged. And I knew better. But you know, it doesn't matter what the topic. You can know the right way to do things, but you still occasionally don't. And that's where things come unstuck. Am I still in focus? Right. So any other questions while I'm here? Very curious to find out what happened to version 1 of my live stream. I'll just delete it. There's no point. All right, cheers, Gary. Had a great time checking out your drone. Yeah, we will have to. I'll tee up with my mate Wayne when he comes back from South Australia, and maybe the three of us will do the fly around there, where as discussed. We'll see if we can avoid crashing into each other. Yeah, or maybe bring your plane into it, and yeah, try not to crash your plane either. Looking forward to a video on that too. Okay, a drone. Parrot was 20% battery. Oh, that disappeared a bit quick before I finished it. Okay, so did you get the drone back, the little parrot? I'll wait for your comment. Yeah, you've got to be careful. Here's the thing about the Mavic. Of course, they were... Oh, good. Excellent. Whew. Okay, landed next to fence post. Here's the thing about claims with drones. Like the Mavic says, 7 kilometres distance. I'm not sure what that is in miles. Say 3.5, 4 miles. Yeah, that's true on a fully charged battery. But don't think you can take off from here, go 7 kilometres, and then come back 7 kilometres. It would be, mate. You guys are both two of my favourite people. No, 7 kilometres total. So you can't go 7 kilometres and expect to come back 7 kilometres. No. At the very best, without fighting wind, the absolute laboratory type conditions, 3.5 kilometres. And then hopefully have enough to make it back here, making 7 total. So I think the marketing, obviously, I wonder how many people have lost their drones because of that sort of thing. Oh, I can fly 7 kilometres. Yeah, you can. You won't get it back. It's fine, as I've seen on a YouTube video once, this guy, he actually flew to his work, which was like 7 kilometres away. Yeah, I definitely have a good tailwind. It's not just my tail either. Won't let me hair out a bit and used it as like a windsock. There we are. Let the hair be free. The real hair, not a wig. I can't believe the comments some people make. You wonder why I don't use Facebook much. Anyway, pull the hair out of my hairband here. Right. Okay, so given I've now had 2 cups of coffee, I'm going to let you look at this bush behind me while I disappear, and I'll be right back. You can use your imagination where I'm going. So, be right back. This is one of those things. Beware the drone, Karen's. Oh, luckily I've never encountered that so far. Yeah, no, Bobo's inside. He's been inside since take 1 that didn't come to air. Be right back. You can imagine where I'm going. Check out my bush, so to speak. Coming, I'm going. Water, the final frontier. I needed some water as well. Okay. Whee. Uh-oh. Oh. All right. I was just thinking about what a complete failure it was. I wonder how many people might have joined were it not for the fact that they came along at about 10 o'clock and went, well, Steve's obviously not doing his live stream. He's had another gallbladder removed or another heart attack. It reminded me of some of the things I saw many years ago now with live broadcasting for TV networks and the OB units, as they're called, outside broadcasting units. Yeah. I've got a copy of some somewhere. That'd be good to put online, although I don't know. There are some. Alright, so Mount Cootha, which you'd see up there if those rotten trees weren't there, or if you got on my roof. Yep, Teddy, Bobo and Big Eyes. Yeah, you know, I can fire Bobo up. If I bring him out here, you'll see why I put him inside until I've finished the broadcast, because, yeah. Try editing around. As I said to Gary when he was in studio the other day, Studio A, when Bobo was out here and like, bark, bark, bark. Try editing around that. It's not easy. Yeah, there was one with Channel 9 and Channel 10 or Channel 7, whatever. One of there's TV stations up there. And yeah, they used to have what's called a Christmas reel. By the way, in relation to that, any of you that happen to know of Boris the Black Knight, it was a character I grew up watching on TV. I think it only was shown in the Brisbane region, or Queensland anyway. Eric Summons is actually a friend of mine. I've spoken to him and yeah, he said he'd love to do a little interview with me for my YouTube channel, like I did with my friend Grace. So that'll be something I'm greatly looking forward to, and I hope you'll enjoy that one. Yeah, Cartoon Connection, that's right. Okay, so you're a Brisbane guy, Grammy, or Queensland guy. I often wonder where you were. Not like cough. Yep. Yeah, good old Agro, Jamie Dunn. He's still around, floating around. Yeah, so anyway, it was a Christmas reel, and all right, okay, Puppy Breath, thanks. Yeah, I know you're busy. I haven't had the chance to reply to your email yet, but because I was panicked about setting this up. So yeah, all good, duly noted, and thanks for joining me on version 2 of the live stream. And I'll flick you an email back shortly. Yeah, so we're driving up. They're driving up the Mount Cootha range, and yeah. Oh, okay. Originally it was Brisbane, right? And they're like, you know, here's say I forget it's Channel 10, Channel 7, Channel 9, both vans driving up the street. They're chucking pens at each other out the window, and whatever. It's all in good fun, you know. Here's other things on Christmas reels, as they call them. You've probably seen this. You mentioned Agro. Have a Google around for some of the outtakes of Agro. Jamie Dunn was quite filthy. I mean, it's funny to watch, but well, Anne-Marie and the other co-hosts he had, some of those made the Christmas reel, or reels that they used to have every year. And they're good fun, all right, the very risque humour, as you probably know if you've seen them. But it was all done in fun. You can't have fun these days in a lot of things. I actually This, I think it was actually near Mount Cootha once, a couple of years ago probably now. I stopped and was getting fuel in the car, and there was an OB unit there, one of the channels. He was getting fuel too. And I started to chat to him, yak, 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 yak. And he said, I brought that up, and he said, they don't have Christmas rules anymore because, you know, it could be potentially offensive to people. I went, what? You're joking? He said, no. That's how the world is now. So do I, mate. Definitely. You pretty well know now I'm not politically correct. Just go by our conversation here the other day. Oh, Ed says hello. Hello, Gary. Hello, Craig. Hello, anyone else that's ever been here? Yeah, no, it's all gone insane. We know that. I don't know anyone in person that goes along with any of this political correctness and all that. You can't have fun anymore. No one has fun, you know, except in private. Yeah. It's shocking the way the world is. As I was saying the other day, it's, I reckon like 99% of the world kowtows to the 1% of the minority that go, oh, yeah, I'm offended by this, I'm offended. These people live to be offended. You know, the Me Too movements and all that. They live to be offended. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Everything's got to be so conformist, and yeah, I hate, sometimes I do surveys, you get paid to do them. I hate the ones especially that start off, you know, where you put your gender. Male, female, other, non-binary, transgender, blah, blah, blah. A list like that. So, look, to be honest, it always goes too far. It's to be honest, except for like I think it's under 2% of the world with hermaphrodites, you are only scientifically male or female. Just one or the other. Okay? What you believe inside your head, okay, I think I'm a tree. Fine, be a tree if you're not hurting anyone else. But don't humour people like that. And I've heard there's over 700 gender pronouns. I tell you what, if you rush to hospital, they're not going to be going, oh, is this person, you know, a blah, 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 or a blah, blah, blah. No. Male, female, the ambulance is right. We have a male, 43-year-old, oh, we have a 15-year-old female, badly injured, but they're not going to go through that, okay? At the end of the day, you use science for that sort of thing. Anyway, it's just my humble opinion, and happens to be the same of everyone else that I've ever spoken to. So, any other questions? So this is a 53-minute and 45 seconds video, plus the 17 minutes that it said live, but no one was watching. It's been a while. I need another coffee and a cigarette, which I'm specifically not having this time because it doesn't look good, I think. Anyway, right. So yeah, I just wonder how many other people. I expected maybe some more might have joined, and they would have probably if it. Yeah, maybe. I mean, a lot of people seem to watch the replay, and as I've said, it's difficult. No way I'd normally make nearly an hour-long video. Be a massive video. Well, apart from some, what do we call them, ASMR videos I've made, which are several hours long, but it wasn't me talking. It was just of like storms, early morning bird sounds, recorded from here through probably my Tascam digital recorder and like a $2,000 Sennheiser microphone. Aside from that, you won't see like an hour-long vlog from me. We'll leave that to. I've mentioned this to you, Craig. I know. And I found out the other day that Gary also follows two of the mega vloggers that we watch. That's Bald and Bankrupt and Harold Balder. Now, Harold especially makes 50-plus minute long videos as standard. They both disappeared again. I can't keep up with them. Yeah, I'm comfortable doing it. I don't get fazed by cameras. I never have. Probably because I kind of more or less grew up in my early life as a photographer. It comes naturally to me. Always before a live stream I get slightly nervous, not about doing it, but it's, you see why the nerves are justified. Oh, how do I set it up? Oh, go live, okay, all these things on the right, set this to blah blah, and now there's so many things you've got to set, you know, this video is not suitable for children, all that other rules and crap they brought in. It's a nightmare. And then it said live, and funny, 17 minutes, no people. I better go check on the PC whether it's working. PC as in personal computer, not political correctness. Nothing. Right? Stop the video, start again. Yeah. So, yeah, there we have it. I've got a, next weekend I'm going up, well, tomorrow I'll be re-experiencing some rock and roll music, and also next weekend I'm going to film. I don't know where Johnny is. Johnny might be sleeping. Anyway, Johnny's a friend that, like you guys, subscribers that became friends. I think it's great, actually. It's, like, say what you want about YouTube. It really is good for potentially creating friendships like that. Hey, what can you say? There's good in every bad part of everything. Yet, yeah, I'm sure I filmed something at it's called the Chrome and Clutter Festival. I thought I'd go up and film maybe some of the hot rods burbling by. And, you know, I started to think, I'm sure I did take my camera, proper camera up there 4 years ago or something. But maybe I only took still shots. I think I put some at the end. Yeah, I'm glad you did too, Gary. I watched some more of your videos last night. Check out Gary's channel. And you don't have a lot of videos there, but what you have is good. And thanks for showing me all that awesome camera equipment. I was telling Craig yesterday on the phone that, yeah, we had a bit of a show and tell of camera gear here. Some good gear, some high-tech gear. It was excellent. Well, what else do you expect in Studio A? And Studio Y around the corner, Studio Yard. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, so I don't know where that footage went. Maybe I just took them for myself. I know I took a lot of still pictures of the car show, and I went the year after, I think, and took some stills. So maybe they just never made it into a video. Maybe I didn't make a video of it. Yeah. Anyway, alright, well I suppose it's getting towards the 1 hour mark of version 2. So it's probably an hour and 20 minutes nearly I've been out here. Only this one actually made it to air. I'll go into my PC and delete that first stream, which is probably still processing. So for anyone, and typically most people tend to watch replays of live streams if they're going to, because as I said in the beginning, the timing isn't always very good. Obviously for people on the other side of the world where the presenter is making the video. Yeah, I wouldn't be waking up at 3 AM to go and watch a live stream either. I did that when Hong Kong was handed back to China from Britain, and that was, what, 25 years ago. I did actually, I think it started about 2 in the morning, Brisbane time. I did specifically get up and watch all that, because that was pretty historic. It was interesting. I remember seeing the British, the monarchy or whoever, I think Prince Charles went over there. There was a line-up, a procession of Rolls Royce, I think Phantom 4s probably, black ones, really nice. And they'd be bulletproof as well. Yeah, so that was worth getting up for. Have you ever seen the Beast, as they call it, the US President's car? I've seen really good stuff about that and how bulletproof they are. As a matter of fact, on the channel of a guy I used to work with and was mates with, I won't say his name, but he's got some video of the training of all the staff around the president's motorcades, and they have practices for little insurgents and things. And actually that car, it is so heavy, even though it has a big V8 in it, it is so heavy. I think it's a Cadillac. It's so heavy it doesn't even take off all that fast. Like me, I'd be putting a V16 nitro fuel dragster engine into. But this countermeasure, that whole procession, very interesting. Have a Google of this. It's been made before, so I won't make one. But yeah, all those cars you see in processions where they're having the president, they're all there for a purpose. I mean, yeah, obviously some are Secret Service. There's countermeasure devices, not only in the beast, but also its decoy. Like I was saying to Gary about Air Force One, when it flew over here on the way to Amberley Air Base. You can't ever tell if it's Air Force One or Air Force Two. They also had Marine One and Marine Two. I filmed them flying over, the helicopters. But the motorcades, very interesting if you're into finding that out. They have radar jamming devices in one van. The other one's a medical, EMS van. A lot of things. That's why it costs so much money, even to drive from this city to this other part of the city in the States, or when he's overseas. Yeah, amazing. And Air Force One itself and Air Force Two, the countermeasures, there ain't no standard jumbo jet. Oh no. And neither is the Beast, as they nickname it. Yeah. But this friend of mine, he's been on all, especially in Australia, he brought Michelle Corby back from Bali. Oh, I hope I didn't drop out. If I did, you'll have to re-watch it, because I was just talking. ASIO would have just dubbed out everything I said about the President's Air Force planes. Yeah. Did I drop out? Can someone comment, did I drop out? I'm not going to repeat it all again if I did. I don't think I did. I was just talking about Air Force One and the President's motorcade with the Beast. Okay, cool. Well, it might have been you, Craig. That's what you get for using Apple equipment. Great video, crappy camera. No, I don't know. Hey, at least you could probably live stream easier than I can on this. Why don't you do a live stream, Craig? Oh, you have to hit 1,000 subs, don't you? Yes, absolutely. I was followed around by ASIO once upon a time when I applied to be a JP when I was 17 or 18. I've got it. I've probably 40 years of JP now. Oh, good, okay. A friend of mine bought, his company that he started. He bought Chappelle Corby back. Totally, I tell you what, it was executed every bit as well as the whole presidential motorcade was. It really was. The press were taken on a wild goose chase. I know where she went, where she was taken. That's irrelevant. But the press didn't have a clue. They were sent all over Brisbane. Brilliant job, I have to give it to him. Brilliant job, him and the team. Absolutely brilliant. And he's actually done, there's a plane flying over, light plane. Is that you, Gary? Are you going to drop in? Yeah, he's done personal bodyguarding to a lot of famous people. I've got pictures of him. Just light plane. Anyway, yeah, good for him. It's a lot better than we were doing in the government when I worked with him. Anything would be better than that. Yeah. All right. You can, if you don't know what I mean, check out that video of my history and how I became a YouTuber. That's a recent one. Which brings us back to the whole topic of this. Anyway. All right, so if there's no other questions, I suppose I'll go and have a coffee and yeah, head out and get some fish. Usually go to Graceville these days. Used to go to Kenmore. And yeah, so I guess version 2 was gone okay. Thanks for joining me, everyone. And also thanks to the people that will watch this at some time after this live stream's filmed. Some water here, Australian spring water. Okay. Hey. Actually, here's a story for you. Because of the cold, I'm going to buy some Ugg boots. Now, I did repair my original Ugg boots. The repair held for a while, but and it's quite a popular video, so obviously people are looking for how to repair Ugg boot soles when they fall off. And it worked for a while, my repair, but I should have used silicone, I think, instead of that shoe glue, or shoe goo as the name is. So that's been a few years ago, and I've decided I need some Ugg boots, but I'm looking around, and here's the thing, you look on eBay especially, oh, Australian, lambskin. But when you ask them, oh, no, they're made in China. So we are sending, and probably in New Zealand is similar to this, we are sending I guess they use it from the livestock that we send over there. But basically they're taking that, they're stitching it together in China and sending it back to us. Well, I don't know, look, I'd rather pay a bit extra and support our local, well, our own country. And it looks like that's what I will have to do. But yeah, that last lot of Ugg boots, they were made in Australia. Yes, the box said made in China, but when I inquired about it, no. And here's another thing about why things just don't make sense. The packaging is made in China. Then they send over the flat pack cardboard, I guess. Then they fold it up, put the shoes in. Well, it's just the way it is, isn't it? Like, it's more pollution we're just shifting our pollution to different countries. We always have. Not just us, but the rest of the Western world. It doesn't make sense, you know. I mean, it does, but it's kind of wrong. You know, like the government will sell off our assets here to China, or in smaller cases, America and things. Bubba's just getting a brand new toy there. I'll show you, I guess. And yeah, it's a sad sort of thing. Hang on, let me flip around. I don't know what you can see. He's giving Bubba a brand new toy. Say hello, let. There you go. Yeah. So Bobo's about to fire up once he's brought out here when I stop this live stream shortly. Oh, there's Big Eyes. Big Eyes. Try and do a tracking shot. There she goes. I'm guessing I'm pointing the camera somewhere in the right vicinity. Yeah, there she went. And where's Teddy? Is Teddy there? Wait, Craig, this is for you, especially. Wait, I'll get Teddy to sign off. Come on, Teddy. Come here. She said, what, the live stream? Yes. Remember you said you might do a live stream? Here we are. She said, I only do vlogs. Oh, look. Let's tell you the vlogging cat. Hey? Oh. Look, Craig's there. And Craig. And Gary that you met the other day is there. Hey? What do you think of that? Really, she said? Oh, you've got your own playlist, don't you? Do. I know you're awake. She needs another tap drink. Okay, guys and girls, thanks for watching. As I said, also thanks for those that are watching the replay. And if you happen to see this and go, oh, he did make a live stream. Yes, there was a mate. Hang on, Big Eyes is there too. I've created an issue. Hey, don't you two fight. No. It's like WWE wrestling. Hey. There. Don't you harass her. Live dissidents. Anyway, what was I saying? No idea. That's a funny thing. Now I've made that crooked. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sir, if you're watching this and in replay, I did actually start at 10 o'clock as promised, or maybe a minute past once I got my head around the whole thing. But yeah, for some reason I had it on unlisted. So this is definitely public. And also, if you are watching this on replay, it can take, as I've said before, up to 24 hours to be able to see the comments that were made through the live stream, such as the speed of YouTube. But hey, you and I aren't paying anything to watch, so there's only so much we can ask. I just like exposure of this. Okay, time for another coffee. Time for me to chill out and look forward to showing you my video about Barnaby the sheep, which, touch wood, all going to plan, I'll be filming Wednesday and then put together, so probably we'll see how it goes Friday-ish, maybe Saturday in Max. I'll give you the whole story about it. Yep, Gary, and warm up the kettle, mate. I'm going to call around and see you this week. I'll give you a call first though, make sure you're home. You know I'm flexible as well. Alright, cheers with an empty cup, which will now soon be full. Wish you all a good day, no matter where you are in the world. Cheers from sunny yet windy, well, take two. Cheers from sunny but windy Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Adios for now, thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for joining me, each and every one of you. As usual, it's much appreciated. If you want to help the channel, remember you can always share my videos on your favourite social media platforms, friends, etc. That helps. And we're heading towards the 3,000 mark, only a few to go now, not many to go, which will be another milestone, which maybe I'll try and make a clone video to celebrate. Yeah, anyway. Alright, we do what we can, we have fun where we can, and that's life, isn't it? Okay, cheers everyone, speak to you soon, both in comments or other methods. Bye, have a great day. And as usual, we have the message, are you sure you want to stop streaming? I'm not even sure I wanted to start streaming, but we'll go okay. See ya.